and welcome to another edition of DLAW. Today, we want to talk to you about what it's like to be an attorney, what my day-to-day looks like from time to time, and then also some common misconceptions that I think a lot of people don't understand. I do so many different things, and I'm blessed to be able to do so many different things with regards to having a bunch of different cases that I'm involved in. Other people are focused in one particular area, and maybe doing that all of the time. Maybe that's how I started things. I wanted to learn about different kinds of law, bankruptcy law, agency law, mass tort law. The thing that is kind of worrisome as far as that's concerned, because if you do too many different things, at least from my perspective, you become a master of nothing. One of the things I always wanted to do is I wanted to be really good and focus in on whatever it was I was doing. So I personally made the decision early to focus on personal injury. While I did practice, I did do a little bit of criminal law and some mediations to kind of pay the bills. I figured out that personal injury was going to be it for me. That was going to be my focus. Then I spent the next 8 years figuring out how I could be really good at my craft. And I took all the CLEs, I listened to all the speakers, I immersed myself into the practice of law. I became really proficient at what I was doing. But again, here's the thing. If you don't practice things, if you don't try different things, nothing ventured, nothing gained, and you're never gonna figure out whether or not you've got another calling in life unless you try something different.
Walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it.
These days is very different than what it used to be back 20 years ago. Very different. I spend more of my time running the operation. And you have to keep in mind, the operation is fairly significant. We have the law practice, partnership in the Ben Crump law firm, real estate interest, the consulting company, CMA Advocates. The latest thing that we just got involved in about 6 months ago, we just opened, we've got the banks. I'm spending more of my time just kind of overseeing, going to different meetings, putting different deals together, seeing what's next for the organization, and trying to kind of grow things as opposed to getting my hands dirty, opening the files and working those particular cases. As a business owner of several different businesses, now I'm understanding. Make these types of missteps sometimes when you're trying to get to that higher level. In running any kind of business or practicing law or doing whatever you're doing, it's okay to make mistakes. You just have to learn from them so that you don't continue to repeat those mistakes moving forward. One of the misconceptions about lawyers is that we're in it all just for the money. For me, that's absolutely not true. It's about doing the right thing. Many times as lawyers, we make decisions where finances is very much secondary, and it's about doing the right thing. Even like now with the hair relaxer litigation that I'm involved in, there are several other cases that I could get involved in where I know long-term we're gonna make a lot of money. But this is something that's really near and dear to me. Because of what's going on and because this affects the African-American population as much as it does, it's my duty to let people know, hey, stop using these products. If you've been harmed, we can help you. But to educate the public at large, because there's too many situations where companies are taking advantage of folks, doing the wrong things, and because of lawyers like us, we stop them in their tracks. We're that balancing, we're the check and balance system, we're the other side to that, to make sure that things turn out the right way. And make sure in future, we hold these companies accountable.
All lawyers are rich.
That is absolutely not true. I know many lawyers that are suffering, that they're starving, that they're not doing well. Even with a robust economy and opportunities abounding that are plentiful for most lawyers, There are some lawyers out there that are not doing well at all. There's just no question about it. Some lawyers are moving out of the business because their business is suffering so badly. That is absolutely a misconception. There are just some lawyers out there that are just not good. They should not be practicing law. So keep that in mind also. So just because you have a license does not mean you are thriving and being successful. That is not true. For me, my first year, I made $26,000 as a lawyer. Again, now that was a long time ago. And I know many lawyers that are still in that very, very low range with regards to the income that they make, even after years and years of practice. Now, thankfully, knock on wood, it turned around for me very, very quickly because I was laser focused. I was laser focused on making sure that I became good at my craft, that I became focused, that I saved a bunch of my money so that when things were not good 1 month, I had saved money from the last to carry me over in case things did not go well for a while. Just because you're a lawyer does not mean you're rich and very, very wealthy. Here's something else that I didn't know. All lawyers are not good businessmen. I know so many lawyers that have gotten themselves in so much financial hot water because they think just because you're book smart, you think that translates over into business. That is not true. There's so many lawyers that I know that have gotten into bad contracts, bad deals, have had to declare bankruptcy because of the poor decisions that they take or that they make. Whenever I'm making a decision on something that I don't know about, I always seek counsel from someone who knows more than me. Whether I'm going to go see the doctor, whether I'm buying the building like we had here, whether I'm getting involved in another type of business, I always seek expertise from someone else who knows more than me. So doesn't it make sense to you that we should go seek counsel from other people? Okay? Having a law license does not give you license to know everything that's going on. It just doesn't happen that way. So please, educate yourself on things you don't know. Talk to other people. Don't put yourself in a bad position that's going to hurt you in the short term or, God forbid, in the long term. Absolutely, the cases are important, and that is how we get paid. An essential and important matter to me is making sure I find out from the client what's important to them. What are you looking for? And yes, without any doubt, in most situations, it is compensation, getting the most compensation. So I'm going to teach the client, educate them with regards to what you need to do to get to that right particular outcome. However, there are some situations that call for you to use judgment that doesn't necessarily mean it's a 100% financial. There are situations sometimes where the insurance companies are doing things that they shouldn't be doing. They're taking advantage of people. They are trying to cut corners. They are doing things that are against public policy. And in many situations like that, hey, we're going to teach these guys a lesson that they can't treat us like this, that if they do certain things, we're going to file against them. We're going to file different motions against them. We're going to teach them that the clients that at our firm are properly protected, that we know the law, and that we're going to hold the insurance companies to a certain standard. Okay? Those are the things that you're supposed to do. We're advocates. We're supposed to be fighting for our clients. That is our job. And so, again, while the cases are always important, they're always important, the paramount issue, of course, is that of the client. What are their needs? What are they looking for? And most of all, what is their specific objective that you need to make sure it becomes paramount for them, not just for you? Always put the needs of the client in front of your own. That is your job, that is your duty, and the bar will take that license away from you if you do otherwise.
Big reputation, big reputation.
You know, we get a bad rap with regards to this whole ambulance chasing thing. We really, really do. People hate personal injury lawyers. They hate us. They hate us until they need us. Because all my friends, once they get involved, get hit with by that drunk driver, or the insurance company has done them wrong, guess what they do? They pick up the phone. Darren, what am I supposed to do? I need you to fight for me. Really? Aren't you the same guy who was making fun of me a month ago because I told you about the situation with this other client? So it's just funny how that works, but that's okay. You know, I'm used to the criticism. It kind of goes with the territory as related to being a lawyer. And so you just have to have a thick skin in this business, because I know I'm doing the right things. I'm doing the right things for the community and for my clients. And so as long as I stay above board and keep doing those things, I know that business will keep going well for us, and God will continue to keep blessing my firm.
Please let me be misunderstood.
In the practice of law, you've got
Pros?
and you've got
Cons. Let's go down the list and discuss them.
one of the big pros is you get to help a lot of people. You get to assist people, to provide them direction, to assist them. I love the fact that I'm able to help people get through their problems in some of the most difficult times in their lives. Another pro, you get to influence society and change the trajectory of things, right? So when I see a problem in a certain area, me as a lawyer can get involved to address what's going on and potentially try and fix it and move it back in the direction that maybe I want it to go. Another pro, as a lawyer, I hold myself to that high standard, right? To make sure that when I'm out in public, when I'm associating with people, when people see my name, that they associate it with good things, with things that I'm proud of. So I hold it in high esteem so that I'm influencing society in the right direction, or at least trying to. Answer questions for people and give them hope when they have none. There are many situations where the law is against you, or this situation goes against you. Having a good mastery of the art of law allows you to fight those things, to combat those things, and hopefully change things. While it may be an absolutely tough or very, very difficult battle, having and arming yourself with that weapon of the practice of law gives you the chance and the opportunity to make positive change throughout society. I have to put on the list money. Having a license to practice law gives you the opportunity to make a lot of money. Is it a lot of work? Absolutely. Are there guarantees that you'll make a lot of money? No. This gives you the opportunity. Practice of law has given at least me the opportunity to buy many of the things that I want, to live in the type of house that I want, and to take the type of vacations with my family that I enjoy. That has been certainly one of the biggest benefits of being an attorney. Now, let's get to
The cons.
So con number one, it is hard as hell to pass the bar, okay? And you're talking to someone who failed it twice, had to take it 3 times. So becoming a lawyer can be taxing, and there's no guarantees that you're going to make it. 2, con, there's no guarantee of success. You can go out and incur all this debt, put in all this time, and you may not be successful as a lawyer. You may not even have the right to be a lawyer. A third con, it takes a hell of a long time, and it costs a hell of a lot of money. So it's expensive. It's gonna take you 4 years to get your undergraduate, 3 years to get your law degree, and then sometime, hopefully not like me, several times, and then sometime to go ahead and pass the bar. So just think about those 7 years, 8 years potentially, of the money that you could be making every year if you just got a regular job, right? That's one way of looking at it. You have to look at the opportunity cost of it. Oh, another con, people hate lawyers. What the hell? People need us, but they hate us. You know, look, it is what it is. But here's the rest of that story. Although people hate us, when they need us, they love us. And it's really satisfying when you resolve something, when you've been the hero of someone and taken them out of a jam and made their situations and their lives better. Another con, and this is really important, take that whole work-life balance stuff and throw it out the window. Because again, if you're gonna become a good lawyer, and you're gonna take care of your business, it's going to take a lot of time. And I'm telling you, for the first several years of my marriage, my relationship with my wife suffered because I was spending so much time practicing law, trying to earn business, trying to make some money. And it was always also the case too with my children, because again, they had to come second because I put in so much time to practice law. Now, I did make it up. I made it up a few years down the line. I made sure I had baby duty at night, and I had twins. And yes, I'm proud of the fact that I changed more diapers with my twins and my fourth child, more diapers than my wife, because I took the baby duty. So from 8 o'clock until 6 in the morning, that was me. Yeah, all the feedings and all the diaper changes. I was doing all that stuff, and I'm proud of it. And I've got the great relationship with my kids because of it. But again, that work-life balance, it's very difficult to properly manage as a lawyer because so much time you have to put in if you're going to be really, really good. So get ready to invest a whole lot of time into the practice of law. Okay, so that is my take on what being a lawyer is all about. While there are some pros, while there are cons, I love what I do. I love the practice of law. I love the challenges it creates. I love the way that it always tests and has my mind racing. And I am so thankful and proud that I am a card-carrying member of the Texas Bar. If you have any questions that you want to ask about what I do on the daily, leave us some comments. Get in contact with us. Let me know what you think. If you want us to talk about anything in particular, let me hear what that is so that we can expound about some of the topics that you may want to hear from. We thank you for your time. We appreciate you tuning in. And just remind you, this is DLAW. I'm attorney Darren Miller, and that's DLAW.